ball then he attempts. Second match between the Rack Club of Philadelphia and New England. Philadelphia leads the tie 1-0. Service end representing New England, Ken Riviere and Mike Gooding. At the receiving end, representing the Rack Club of Philadelphia, Josh Dodgson and John Lumley. Match is 1-8-game set. We're playing second use, 40 all, unless we're at 7 all. Camden to serve. Good luck.
Good afternoon. Still good morning. You are watching the 2021 National League of the United States Court Tennis Association. Also brought to you by the U.S. Court Tennis Preservation Foundation. Thank you for your generosity. Up for this match, we have playing for New England, Mike Gooding of the tennis court at the Hall of Fame in Newport, and Camden Riviere, former world champion and current world doubles champion. Playing for Philadelphia, we have John Lumley, the assistant pro at the Racket Club of Philadelphia, and Josh Dodgson, who works at the Racket and Tennis Club in New York City, but is playing for Philadelphia in this competition. Josh has played a lot of matches this week. He also filled in for Chicago at one point. Great shot by Camden Riviere there. I'm Ken Fortin, one of your commentators. My partner in crime, Mark Beaumont, joins me right now. Mark, how are you doing?
Yeah, doing very well, Ken, and excited about this game that we've got here. Now, really the question is, what can John Lumley and Josh Dodgson do about the man that's on this side of the court right in the middle at the moment, Camden Riviere? We've seen Camden not be infallible throughout the week. James Stout yesterday had a good run in the singles game against him. But really it's been New England's modus operandi that Camden returns almost everything that he can and plays the majority of the game in the doubles. So John Lumley and Josh Dodgson presumably are going to try and play to the weaker player, which is Mike Gooding, as a strategy, as a tactic to see if they can neutralise the threat that Camden Riviere is. And what a threat he is. He's just phenomenal to watch. And there's a great winning gallery. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Obviously New England are beginning to steam ahead in terms of the points. They started this morning on 12 points and leading the table. Now they've had a loss with Tony Hollins in the last game, losing 2 points. So it's not going to be a whitewash by any stretch of the imagination. You've got to imagine that Camden Riviere is going to win the singles game that's coming. So I believe that John Lumley and Josh Dodgson will want to try and get this point. In fact, they definitely will want to get this point because that will give them the 2 bonus points for winning the competition.
Whoa.
Although
Cam has some answers to the Philadelphia tactics, that's for sure. That was a heck of a volley right there.
That's going to be easier said than done, isn't it?
Of course, Mike Gooding, years ago, one of the heaviest forces in the game. I often wonder what that came from. I know that he played badminton for Scotland years and years ago, and maybe it's just that learning the fast movement to to hit those.
All right,
Hit those shuttlecocks.
well, I've got some Mike Gooding trivia.
Oh, perfect.
Want some Mike Gooding trivia?
I certainly do.
So, we've got 23 people watching on the stream, so let's see if anybody can get this one then. So, Mike Gooding has played on 3 courts that no longer exist. Can you name any of them?
Oh my gosh. Maybe is there a court at Bordeaux that no longer
30-15.
exists? Is that one of them?
Well, there is an old Bordeaux court, but that's actually not one of the 3.
Okay. Let's see. That no longer exist or are no longer playable?
I'll say no longer. No longer playable, at least.
30 all.
I honestly could not tell you. You've reached the edge of my trivia knowledge.
All right, well, I'm going to throw that one out to the chat room then. So if anybody out there knows one of the 3 courts that no longer exist, that Mike Gooding, wow, great grill there,
31 chase, better than 2.
that Mike Gooding has played, have a guess on the chat room.
If John Murphy is watching, I expect to see some educated guesses from Murphy.
We'll find out.
Cam has got a lot of different kinds of smiles going on right now.
30 to the receiver. Chase better than 2 yards.
Cam always seems to have fun with doubles. Sometimes he does not have a smile on his face during the singles game, but doubles he is always seemingly in a good mood.
Oh, great shot, John.
Oh, almost had that.
Main wall, dead on's just right around, he went right round Camden. Right, 1 all.
Chase the last gallery. Time. Level.
So, Mark, you found this game at Melbourne?
Yeah, it was nothing more than a curious day when I decided to go and have a look at what this game was all about.
So you were aware that the game was at that club?
So I've always known the game existed.
Okay.
And actually, what happened was one of my friends went on holiday to Hobart, and the pro in there, Brett, I forget his surname. Somehow he ended up in the Hobart court, and the pro said there's a court in Melbourne. So when he came back, we decided we were going to go and have a look around the Melbourne club, intending it to be nothing more than a curious observation.
Yes.
The challenge.
Look at the old men playing the crazy.
Look at the old men playing the crazy game.
sport.
And that was 6 years ago, and I don't think I've been off court since. Down in Melbourne, they've got a wonderful pro team, headed up by Frank Philippi, and it was actually Jonathan Howell who was in the pro shop that day. I remember.
He's part of the team there, right?
He's part of the team. He's Nicky Howell's dad, obviously.
Yep.
And he's such a welcoming man. I cannot speak highly enough of Jonathan Howell. I think everybody in the world loves Jonathan Howell. And it just so happened that I showed up when the court was not being used, which is quite rare in Melbourne. It's a very busy court throughout the day.
And 2 courts, isn't that
2 courts,
correct?
The North and the South Court.
One of the few facilities with 2 courts.
So
wow.
I showed
Camden just deadly when he turns on that serve.
He nailed that, didn't he? So I turned up and Jonathan had me on court for an hour hitting balls, and then invited me back the next day to hit some more balls. And before I knew it, I was hooked on the damn game. This is some great tennis going on right now.
Unbelievable.
40-30.
Looks like Camden and Mike Gooding have synced up a little bit since their first doubles match. Of course, nothing's quite like watching Camden play with his World Doubles Championship partner. Oh my, come on. Did anybody see that?
I didn't even see how he got that.
Absolutely. We'll have to go back to the tape to see that. Incredible. How does Camden get himself close enough to the right position to hit those shots? Here's the
replay.
It's the amazing thing.
Takes the second gallery.
Oh no.
Just gets his racket about in the right spot. Maybe just it's the power of prayer.
I take it these new contact lenses must be working for Camden if he's hitting shots like that.
I'd say so.
Let's go back and have a look at that point again. How did he get it off the tumble? He just flicks it with the wrist.
Come on.
And you can see John Lumley feels that he's won the point. So there we go, and
ridiculous.
Flicks it with the wrist. Unbelievable.
Not only flicks it, but it ends up in a sort of challenging location in the backhand corner on the service side. Not just a big grapefruit. That probably has something to do with all the solo practice that Cam does. I really have never seen a pro do more solo practice than him.
Well, of course, one of the interesting points here is that he's been down in Philadelphia practicing with John Lumley, the man on the other end of the net, as preparation for this competition.
Of course, many of these folks are genuine friends with each other, and somehow they're able to turn it off, turn it on for competition.
Second, 15-love receiver.
Oh, so we've got some answers for the trivia, by the way.
All right.
Oh, and nobody is 100% right. But we've got two people with two right. So Colin Lumley says Troon, the Harbour Club, and Green Tree. Colin, I'll tell you that Troon and the Harbour Club are correct. Mike Gooding has played at both of those places. But the third one wasn't Green Tree. Barney Tanfield is right in that it was the old Macquarie Court in Sydney. The court was part of Macquarie University.
Ah.
And I think it's been demolished now and become an athletics track. So it was Troon, Macquarie, and the Harbour Club were the answers to the trivia question. Great guesses, guys.
Yes, I have to say, speaking of courts that are no longer playable, it's one thing to build a court, which is a huge undertaking. It's another to make a court thrive and make it endure. I think one thing we've seen over the years is that is just impossible without the right professional staff. You need someone, right for the data. You need someone who gets the membership excited. Has that, the good formula.
The Philly guys will want this.
There's Mike Gooding hitting some of those Hammer shots.
Don't want to be hitting it to Camden, John.
Yes, Cam looks like...
Hey, that's what you want.
Cam looks like he's going to... Oh my gosh, look at that.
That was a great get.
Cam looks like he's going to hit a straight shot.
Oh!
Post as usual.
30-40.
I'd say this Philadelphia team, it's a contrast in hairstyles.
What we were saying yesterday, that
Josh is going with the windswept, devil may care look. Oh, almost out there. Oh, Mike powers it out of the corner. Oh, and bounce into the Dayton.
bounced up into the Dayton.
Ridiculous.
Josh had read it that it was going to bounce off the back wall, and it just nibbled in.
Oh, what an amazing change of events. Now where was Troon? Was that in Scotland? Mark B.
Advantage. Chase 5.
What was that, sorry?
We're going to follow up on that.
Where was Troon?
Where was Troon? Was that Scotland?
Troon's in Scotland, I think. There's a golf course, isn't there, Troon?
I think you're right.
I think Colin's saying that they're not demolished, they still exist.
I've been to Ireland.
So Colin says it
I've
still
been to
exists. Troon and Sydney Harbour still exist, and they play badminton and gymnastics. That's great.
Okay.
Then we'll get it back.
I've yet to make it to Scotland or Wales.
Five yards.
It's been a tight match so far. Oh, looks like Mike Gooding's been holding up his end of the bargain here.
Second deuce, 40 all. Game ball.
Mike is no shrinking violet.
Just a reminder for everybody out there that this is an 8-game pro set.
Game to New England. They lead 3 games to 1.
Oh, and you wouldn't think the Philadelphia guys are going to be happy about that. At one point they looked like they had that game in the bag.
Yeah, nothing's over till it's over with our Camden.
15 love.
Steve Vergona, your marker today. Tennis pro at the Racket Club in Chicago.
Choose the last gallery. 15 love. Oh.
You wouldn't think that serve was going to do anything.
They look so simple when you watch him do them.
Couple bounces, he's got that third bounce. That's the downside to the bobble, of course. If it's a clear bounce off of the pen. Wait.
30 all.
I think he thought it was high, didn't he? He thought it was going up on the roof.
Sure. And that is one of the reasons the marker does not stand in the marker's box anymore.
That's right.
Been a big change in this game. One checks. 8-game pro sets. Lucky for the viewers and for each other, the whole format is shortened up. It's 3 sets with 3 all in the third for the singles and an 8-game pro set for the doubles.
40-30, New England. Chase the last gallery.
Let's see if New England can capitalize.
High serve to Camden. Takes off the forehand.
And this game.
It just is frustrating for Cam's opponents. It's not true, but he seems to always have an answer for whatever you've got. You know, he digs himself out of these little situations that he finds himself in once in a while, and it's just disheartening. I heard Connor Medlow on the commentary last night. I believe you may have asked him. So what? You know, what's this team gonna do against Camden? And he said something along the lines of, "I'm not sure there is anything to do against Camden."
He did.
I mean, I'm not really sure what your strategy is, because as we've been talking about, he doesn't really have just one strategy. The only person who ever seems to give him any consistent trouble from time to time is our world champion Rob Fahey.
It was interesting watching James Stout play Camden last night. That James seemed to find something. He just seemed to find a hole in Camden's game.
Yeah, I've rewatched some of that match, and I kind of wonder exactly what gear Camden was in
At the beginning.
at the beginning. Sometimes he has a habit in matches of taking a few games to warm up and, you know, gauge the match, and then he seems to get that more competitive look on his face. Could easily be wrong.
He was saying to me this morning that he felt in the first few games he was trying some serves.
Oh, come on.
Games in New England.
That was amazing. Some serves that were
They
getting
lead by 5 games.
a response that he didn't want, and so he changed up his serve, and that then started seem to work for him.
5-1.
Of course, this is what we're told to do at all levels of the game, but might not exactly have an equal bag of tricks.
That's right. I think John Lumley would like a few tricks right now, serving to Camden.
Yes. I think he might want to eat some tricks, get a little extra energy.
15 all.
All right, it's 5-1. This could be a quick set. It's first to 8. I got another question for you then. This one's from Temple Grassy.
Please.
Who is the longest serving pro in the world?
Who's serving pro? In world history, or someone who's
Still there right now, according to Temple.
Down.
That's in one spot, or having been a pro for a long time?
In one spot.
Oh. Well, I don't know. I was going to say Barry Totes, but I'm not even sure he's still at Hobart. Of course, he was here in Boston for a little bit. You got me on that one. I guess we'll wait for the chat to respond to that question.
The chat are going to know it, surely.
That's a testament. It's hard not to wear out your welcome in a position like that.
It's Cam to Philadelphia. 2 games to 5.
Oh, Philly's taking a bit of a comeback.
Dodgson to Gooding.
Please look for it. Oh no, it's not.
15 love.
Both still trying to attack. High hand up player. Mike Gooding.
Has it chased. Worse than the second gallery. 15 love.
Colin Lumley says not demolished.
Oh,
And the second gallery. 2 chases.
Camden takes the service end. Marker today is Steve Pagona. Just give me a wave in the commentary box. Hi, Steve. And your commentators here, Mark Beaumont and Ken Fortin. For anybody who didn't watch the first game of the day, Josh Dodgson beat Tony Hollins.
15
What
love.
was
New
a
England
very
lead.
close game, went to 3 sets.
Has it chased. Worse than the
Josh
second
just seemed
gallery.
to find
Has it
something at the
side.
end.
Hazard worse than second. This is a rock'em sock'em chase.
Has it worse than second. Yeah.
Mike Gooding.
Oh, he's volleying well.
Oh, now we're back to Camden. What's Cam gonna do? Rifle?
Lost the hazard. Hazard the door.
Oh,
15 all.
It was.
he hit Hazard the door.
Chase the second gallery. $30-15.
Cam still with a big smile on his face.
Well, it's Mike Gooding that just put that one into the net.
Of course, Cam was right there for that bando ball.
How did Cam know that I was going to hit the bando?
30 all.
Not a particularly thick bando here either. How would anybody expect it on that ball?
40-30.
This is the thing. He hits an unexpected shot often enough that seems to put the opponent in an odd position.
Mike gets out of the way. Leaves it to Camden. Characteristically puts it up on the roof.
Oh,
Lumley goes for the force and Camden frames it.
Use.
bet on a frame from Camden, but
I was in the pro shop this morning at about 9:30 and Camden was restringing that racket there.
Yes.
wants to be fresh, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Has Tony been hiding the string from any of these fellows?
Advantage, 1 check.
I wonder how you'd sabotage court tennis string.
It is one of the fun things about having a large event at your club, like an Open, to see all the pros in on the stringing rig.
Yes.
And just to see, you know, if you geek out to the rackets and stringing, like the slightly different stringing methods that they all have.
Advantage, Philadelphia.
Of course, they all have their
Chase the line.
preferred string tension, which, because it is so tight, has to be done by ear in this game. I'd love to know what frequency that pitch is for the
The Camden.
preferred. Oh, Mike, good defense up there.
Smart shot from
Second
Mike there.
deuce,
He
40
didn't
all.
overhit it.
Game ball.
Just put it down on the ground.
Game ball now.
Game ball.
Philadelphia hoping for 3-5. Oh, fantastic. From Mike there.
Okay.
Almost. Whoa. Mike Gooding.
All right, nobody's had a
New
guess at the
England,
longest,
they lead by
longest
6
serving
games
pro.
to 2.
Amazing.
All right, I'll give you a half a point if you can get the club.
Okay.
It's an American club.
Oh. I'll go Robbie Whitehouse.
That would be a good guess.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's a good guess.
15 love.
So no, according to Temple Grassi, the longest serving pro is John Cashman from Chicago.
See, we forget about Cashman because he has not.
30 love.
He was obviously not part of the tennis community for quite a while because the court.
They didn't have a court.
Yes, that's right, and
Time, please.
I'm not sure how much he's out on court these
15,
days
30.
as the director of all sports there. John Cashman.
Well, I'm informed he's been the pro there for 36 years.
Oh my gosh. Of course, he's one of the East Falls boys, Philadelphia.
All right, 6-2 to New England, and 30 all in this game. Maybe only a game and a half left if New England keep going at this rate. Yeah, Philadelphia guys definitely trying to put the ball to Mike Gooding. Might put it up on the roof. What's John going to do with this? He'll send it right to Camden, who smashes it at
40,
Dodgson.
30. King to New England.
That
They
was
lead by 7 games to 2.
It was a point because it came off the corner of the dead-ons and actually hit Josh Dodgson in the leg. All right, this could be the last game. 7-2. This is a
Colin Lumley quite active on the chat right now. Of course, this is
15 love.
his son John playing. John was telling me that Colin reached number 3 in the world at one point in his career. And of course, he's married to Penny Lumley, former ladies world champion for quite a number of years. I suppose that could be another
Second gallery.
another trivia question.
Clean
Colin, you absolutely cannot answer that. How many world championships did Penny Lumley win, and for how long did she reign? Still plays the ladies' events.
Second gallery, last gallery. Clean up.
Now she can be seen playing doubles with her daughter.
Is that Tara?
Yep. That is a true tennis family. I'm interested to see in the coming years what sort of tennis family Rob and Claire Fahey will have. Will those kids be very strong on the racket sports?
15 love. Philadelphia.
Because the reason that I ask, and I don't think it's obvious what the answer will be, is that I saw once Wayne Davies, former world champion, was a member here at TNR at one point, and I saw him on court actually. Look at that. It's a circus out there.
He does it again.
Just doing a dance. I saw him out here with his son, and his son was an absolute basket case on court. Could hardly get a racket on the ball. That kid is just not a racket sports kid. I believe he played instruments. He's very good at violin.
30-15.
Sometimes it can go either way.
Yes. And I know now Wayne, I believe he's still playing a lot of croquet. Living on Nantucket. Mike Gooding inserting himself into that point. Incredible.
What a shot. Well done, Mike Gooding.
All
right, match point.
15.
What a shot.
New England have 3 match points. Gooding to Dodgson. Riviere.
Lumley, very stylish D there. Oh, Cam wanted that. He wanted that bad.
That's the fastest I've ever seen anybody move.
Super bad.
There he is, look at him running for the line. Chase the line. All right, well, Camden's going to be happy with the chase the line anyway. So the question is, what sort of serve is Dodgson going to do to try and save this?
Yep.
We know he likes his railroad. Is he going to do his railroad? He is.
What's Cam got here? Looks like Mike's going to take this.
And that's
Mike
it.
Gooding almost
Game, set, and match.
almost takes out Josh Dodgson. Josh
England.
wisely hits the floor. All right, coming up next we have Camden Riviere versus John Lumley. That's going to be, as with the other singles, best of 3 sets, 3-all in the third. Only 1 deuce in the games except the last, if required. I've been Ken Fortin, and I'm here with Mark Beaumont. We will see you in a few minutes. Take care.